Alright, all the creatives, welcome back to another exciting tutorial on how to make this trending Senegalese ZaraCap you're seeing right here on your screen. If this cap is something you know you love to learn, you have to watch this video to the end. To all my subscribers, thanks for always coming back here to watch my video. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell. You already know what we are going to be making. That cap you just saw on your screen, and this is the material we are going to be using. This is bony. The first material is bony material. It's bony. This boning plastic. This is the plastic one. This is not the sewable one. This is the plastic one. So that's it one. And the second one is the our fabric that we are going to be using. This is yori fabric. They call it yori. So this is it. You can use any stretchy fabric. You can use raw silk. You can use poly. Any fabric that is stretchy you can use. You can use what was this other fabric? Shimmer fabric. Shimmer. You can also use shimmer fabric. So the next material we have here is the macco we are going to be using, and here the measurement is 2 3/4. You can see it's 2 3/4. It's not up to 3 inches. 2 3/4 by the length is 20 1/4. The length I have here is 20 1/4. So you can use 20, you can use 19, you can even use 18 inches. That's for the head circumference of this macco. That's for the macco. And we are going to be using this for the embellishments with some pearls for the embellishment, and also this for the embellishment at the back of the cap. This is optional. You can use anything to embellish your cap. You can use anything to embellish it. So the measurement I have here for the fabric, let me fold it. So the measurement I have here for the fabric is 15 inches on fold. 15 inches on fold. And if you open it up, it's 30 inches. So that means I have 30 inches this way. That's the stretchy part. Is 30 inches. The part that is stretchy is the 30 inches. While the length I have is 20 inches for the length. So the length is 20 inches, and the width, which is the head circumference, and also the stretchy part is 30 inches. So that is what we have for the measurement of the fabric. And for the macco, I already told you 2 3/4 by 20 or 20 1/2 inches. So that's what we have. So the next thing we are going to do now is to draw a line on this fabric. This fabric we're seeing here. So this is the stretchy part, and this is the length of the fabric. So we are going to come down from this. This is the up. So we are going to come down from here by 5 inches. This is 5 inches. 5 inches, and from this 5 inches I'll mark another 5 inches. I'll mark another 5 inches. So this is 1 5 inches, 1 5 inches. So I'm going to mark it like that all the way up. So everything I have there is 10 inches. 10 inches. 10 inches. So this is 5 inches, and this is 10 inches. So you can see the marking I have. So you can see it. I'm trying to make it visible for you to see. So this is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to fold this markings that we just did. You take your pin, always pin. So I'll fold it like so. So this 5 inches will be meeting this other 5 inches here. Can you see? So you pin. They have to be on the same line. So you can rule your line so that you will get it easily. So this is the 5 inches, and this is this other line. So I'll just pin it. I'll just go ahead and pin. So I'm going to pin it all the way down, and so I've gone ahead to pin. You can see. So I'll take it to my sewing machine. I'll sew all the way down like so. So I'll sew on that 5 inches all the way down, and I'll be back. So I've gone ahead to sew it, as you can see. Now take note that your sewing is at the front. This is now the front and this is the back. So I hope you can see this. Yeah, so you're going to turn this to the wrong side and you take your macco to get the midpoint of the macco, the midpoint, and also the midpoint of your fabric. So this is the midpoint of my fabric. So you place midpoint this way. So you turn it like so. Then you pin all the way down. You pin it all the way down. So I'll go ahead and pin. So I've gone ahead to pin it, as you can see. So this is how it looks. This is the pleat we made. So I'll take it to the sewing machine and I'll sew all the way down. So I've gone ahead to sew it all the way down this way. So the next thing we are going to do now is to try and shift your pleat to the middle of the macco. So you just try and move your pleat to the middle of the macco. So just like this, you can see it. Okay. So the next thing, you will take it to your sewing machine. You make sure that your macco, they are equal, just like this. See the way? Make sure they are equal like so. So if you are sure of that, you take it to your sewing machine, you stitch from here to this place and stop. Please do not stitch on your pleats. This 5 inches pleat we make, do not stitch on it. So just stitch from here to here and you stop, and you also stitch from here to here and stop, just to keep the macco in place. You stitch from here to here, you stop. You also stitch from here to here and stop. You stitch from here to here, you stop. You also stitch from here to here, you stop. So I'm going to do that. Now we're back. So I've gone ahead to secure the macco. You can see I stitch here, I stitch here, skipping this pleat. I stitch here, I stitch here, and I skip this pleat. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to fold it into two. So this is the front and this is the back. So you just fold it into two. So make sure your macco is on the same line. So I pin and I pin. So I have excess here, so I'll just trim it out. So you're going to measure your head circumference. Now this part, if you are wearing it without wig, you put your head circumference, which is, maybe if it is 22 inches, that's 11 inches. If it's 21 inches, that's 10 and a half. That is if you are not using wig. But if you are going to be using wig with it, and most ZaraCap is beautiful when you use it with wig, so you use 11 and a half or 12 inches. So in this case, I'm going to be using 12 inches. I'm going to be using 12 inches. So I'll just go ahead and mark my 12 inches because I'm going to be wearing it with a wig. So now when you're done marking, take note of this part. You will stitch from here to this place. You're not going to stitch on your pleats. This pleat, you will not stitch on it. So you just stitch from here to here. Then you push the pleat inside. Push it in. Let me just push it in and pin it. So it means this is where I'm going to start my sewing. So I'll sew from here up to this point where this pin is, because this is where the pleat starts from. That's 5 inches pleat. So I'll sew to this point, I'll stop, then I'll move to this part, I'll skip this part, move to this part, then I'll sew all the way to the back. So I'm just going to do that. And so I've gone ahead to sew. You can see So I start my sewing from this point. See it? I sew here and I sew from here. So I'm going to gather it to this point where I start the second stitch. So just take your needle and thread and run your gather stitch to that point. Now before you do this, you can weave your cap at the back. So I'm not weaving because of the purpose of this tutorial, but you can go ahead and weave it to have your knit finishing at the back. So secure your thread tightly and you cut. So this is what we have. So I'm going to turn it to the right side. So this is what the one we skip. So this is the part where you take your boning. You can use sewable boning. If you cannot get the plastic boning, you can use sewable boning. You can use plastic boning. Now the size of this boning is 1/2 inches. This is 1/2 inches boning. It's 1/2 inches. So that's the size. Now the length we are going to be working with is 38 inches. Okay, let's say 39. We are going to be working with 39 inches. 39 inches is okay. 38, 39 is fine. So when you cut it, you insert it into that loop we made. So you just insert it inside. So you just insert it in. Let me hold this. So you push it inside like so. Let me secure this part first. So I put it inside. When you're done passing it in, use your needle and thread to secure one side, so just secure it. So I'll just put it this way. So I'm trying to secure it. Secure it very, very tight. Okay, so you can now push this one inside. Force it in. You force it in, then you also secure you have to force it in. Step into the light, feel the power and grace. Every queen wears a crown, every style in place. So this is what we have. So I'm trying to still push it in. So you can see I've secured the edge. So you have something like this. Now you style it the way you want. You can decide to do it this way, or you bring one up, take the other one down, so that it will flip. So you see, this one is coming down. So if it's coming down this way, you tack it down, or you use your hot glue gun, you're coming down this way. So this one will come down this way like so, and this one will be on top like this. So I think I'm good like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and gun this down to bring this down and let this go up like so. So the next thing, that's for this. Now for the embellishment at the back, I just go ahead to cut out 7 inches. I cut out 7 inches of these pieces. 7 inches. I fold it into 2 and I stitch it all the way down. So then I cut out, the length I have is 17 inches. So I cut out 17 inches by 7 inches and I stitch it, and I cut out the exact size of the crinoline. This crinoline is 3 inches crinoline. That is why I cut out 7 inches. So I use half inches to sew. This is 3 inches crinoline. I sew with half inches and I have the 3 inches left. Can you see it? 3 inches. So this is what I have, and all I did was just to go ahead, bring it to the middle, bring this to the middle, and I pleat and I tack. So I went ahead to cut out 4 of this, and I did it exactly like this. So I did the 4 of them like this, and this is what I have. So I'll just arrange them like so, and I'll gun them down, and that is what I'm going to use to embellish the back. So I'll just gun it down, tack it down, and then tack it to the back like so. Can you see? That's for this, and this I'm going to be using it to embellish this place. So I'll just embellish it like so all the way to the other side, and I'm going to look for some small pearls, and I'll put it at the middle just to give it some little blink, and that's all. So I'm going to do that off the camera, and you already saw the finished look from the beginning of the video. So if you watch this video to this point, do well to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to this channel and join the family. You will enjoy it here. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.